Yeah, so I guess these are like speed videos. So this is why I said on the channel before, like, I hate taking notes from movies or watching a movie and then waiting days before doing a video of it because then I just don't remember shit. Then it's just completely going off the cuff. And I guess like if there's like in the past there's been times that I've said on certain movies I'm covering that like, all right, I want to like try to cut this one down a little bit. Figured out, I guess, how to do that. Just like watch these movies and take notes while I'm falling asleep. There you go. Fucking that'll do it. That'll cut down on like 20 minutes of me rambling on and off, and it'll just stick to the fucking keynotes, and it'll become like a little Cliff Notes video discussion. So Slaughter High from 1986, good old Marty. The score in this movie, I've always loved the score in this movie, and it's by Harry Manfredini, who does scores for everything, but most notably for most of the Friday the 13th series. And it just sounds so bonkers in this movie. Like, I just love the main theme in this. Like, it does not sound like your typical, like, slashers score or, like, soundtrack or anything like that. It has a very distinct sound to it. So it's April Fool's Day, which this movie actually was going to be called until they found out Paramount was putting out April Fool's Day. And they said, oh shit, we got to change this. And they changed it to Slaughter High. But it's also Marty's birthday on April 1st, and he is the loser of this high school. He's like the chemist and like big into science and all that. And what they do to this Marty guy, man, like back in the 80s, damn, this is fucking crazy shit. And it's a prank. It's all a prank that they do on this kid. And any description of this movie is like a prank on roll. No, this is fucking assault. Like in every possible way. Like they take this kid and they pretend that one of the hot chicks is into him and have him go into the shower and get undressed for her and get ready and shit. And then like 7 of the other kids come and they're all like they're trying to videotape him and like they get him to come out of the shower. He's completely naked, and they start whipping him. They start like poking at him and shit, like with like a broom handle or like whatever it is. Like they're straight up sexually assaulting this kid, like 100%. And this is just a prank, though. Then to get to rekindle that relationship and what they just did to him and take it back, they offer him a joint. 2 of the guys they laced with some shit that ends up making Marty super sick and doesn't feel well. And while he's in the bathroom, the rest of them are in detention. The one kid runs into the chemistry lab and like fucks with one of Marty's potions while he's sick in the bathroom. Then he comes out of the bathroom and he starts working on his chemistry again. And one of the things that the kids fucked with just explodes, and there's fucking fire everywhere. And then some nitric acid falls from the shelf and explodes all over Marty's face, disfiguring him. The effects look really cool when they come in, and his face is like kind of melting and stuff. Really cool effects on it. But I would kill every one of these kids too. Are you serious? Like I'm on Marty's side 100%. They sexually assault you, embarrass you in front of everybody. Then they slip you some fucking whatever that was they put in your joint to fucking make you sick. Then they almost light your ass on fire and they disfigure your face with nitric acid. I'm with Marty, like 100%. Like these people are all fucking dead. Like in my eyes, they are not making it past whatever certain day it is. I think it's 10 years later, right? That we jump after that. We have like a shower jump scare, which we've seen so many times. And anyone who hates cat jump scares, if they saw my little short on how to make those better. Silverback gorilla jump scares all the way. And like I never understood shower jump scares either. Like you know when someone's taking a shower. Usually the indications are that the curtain is shut and water is running. And you could like see somebody through the curtain most of the time. Like if it's one of those like translucent ones, you can fucking see through it. So like the whole shower jump scare thing has just got to be over with too, because it just makes no sense. It never has. So we got to get rid of that. And they go point of view cam for that, which I don't know why. Like we all know it's Marty. Like they make no attempt in this whole movie for us to think that the killer is anyone other than Marty getting his revenge on these kids. So I don't know why even use POV shots at all, because we all know it's Marty. But it's 10 years later, they all come back to the school, that they got invitations for a reunion, but it turns out just being those group of kids that fucked with Marty on that day. And it is April Fool's Day again, so it's exactly 10 years. And they're not suspicious immediately that nobody else shows up, that it's just those core group of kids that were all there that day when Marty's face got eaten away by the acid and they pulled all those horrible assaults on him. Really? Like, nobody thinks, like, hey, like, remember, we were all there when Marty fucking ended up getting wheeled off to the burn unit. Oh, yeah, you're right. What about all the other people that used to go to school here? Are they showing up? Like, nobody? Like, it's just them. So they should have been suspicious from right then and there. And the janitor from back then apparently is now the caretaker, so he's always still there at the school too. And he gets like pinned to the wall and his hands hammered into the wall by Marty. Cool. And then we get the same reggae song over and over again at the beginning of this movie. It just keeps on going. Like, it's not like full on reggae, but it sounds a little reggae. And something in me just can't help think that they put that in there just because the janitor's black. Like, I'm asking a serious question. Like, you only hear that song really like whenever the janitor or caretaker's around. Then they start playing it more randomly, like, as the movie goes along. But, you know, it's stock music, obviously, but it's like, something makes me wonder why that. Like, why that reggae, like, esque tune that they threw in there. And cool effects on the soda kill. When the guy goes to drink the soda and it's laced with some type of acid and it starts eating away his stomach and his intestines start coming out. Really cool looking. I really like how that looks. And, like, their dialogue, though, when they're talking about the lockers, like when all their lockers are in the main room that they're in, and they're going each one of their old lockers and finding something, the dialogue is so bad. Like, like laughably bad. Like, it's just not good. Like, it's not good one bit. I was laughing just from that. And then there's that spinning blade kill in the movie with the blade that's spinning and ends up, like, gutting the guy up. That looks really cool too. We have the bed fucking couple electrocution scene, which, like I've always said, electrocutions in slasher films, meh, always been meh on them, but you throw two people that are fucking into a slasher film and have them electrocuted, it goes up a few points for me, for inventiveness alone. And we get some cool lighting in this movie too, especially closer to the end. Like, we have some, it reminds me of Argento a little bit. Like, we have some cool little blue lighting, red lighting, like really Argento-esque in certain scenes. And it's fucking 8 minutes. Like, this is not a lot to say on this. Few of these 80 slashers are going to be short because there is not a lot to say on them. And we find out Marty's the killer. Obviously, like, I even wrote down, obviously, like, it was, like I said, like, anyone didn't know that this was the killer for some reason. Then he ends up back in the hospital, burnt again, and ends up killing the nurse, and then going ahead to try to kill the doctor, and that's how the movie ends. Yeah, these, definitely, if I'm being 100% honest, very lazily like churned out videos the last 3. But again, I didn't really have much to say on them. But going to be doing Terrifier and having that out in a few hours, which is a movie I adore and cannot wait for Terrifier 2 to come out next month. So that'll kickstart things back on our usual track here. So again, apologies guys for the last week. Some of my free time's got to go somewhere else every now and then. But yeah, I'll have some more slashers up throughout, always. Like, the plan will always be on this channel. So wherever you're from, I hope you're having a good day, night, morning, and I will see you guys soon.